ऊपर। वही टाइम पे एसआईटी बोला है इसका यही केस में उसका भी हम लोग इंट्रागेशन करेगा बोल के उसको लेटर भी दिया था एसआईटी। उसके बाद और ज़्यादा कंप्लेंट भी आ रहा था, लेकिन यही टाइम पे ह्यूमन कमिश्नर ने एक लेटर लिखा था सोनिया गांधी को, ये एसआईटी का इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है, इसका पीछे कौन है ये पता करने के लिए आपको ये इसको इंटरफेयर होना पड़ता है बोल के एक लेटर लिखा था। ये लेटर अभी बहुत सारा चर्चा भी हो रहा है।
नागेंद्र, हम आपसे आगे की जानकारी लेते रहेंगे, इस खबर पे हम बने रहेंगे। व्यूअर्स, विद दैट इट इज टाइम दैट वी शिफ्ट आवर फोकस एंड गेट यू मोर डेवलपमेंट्स, बट आफ्टर द शॉर्ट ब्रेक, as NIA carries out searches in 22 locations across 5 states and union territory of Jammu and Kashmir in terror conspiracy case.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिकर।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना,
अपने देश का सामान,
इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना,
इंडिया सोना।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीख।
Masked man, YouTubers, anti-temple activists in Dharamsthala case to be called in and questioned together will be confronted with evidence. Sri Ravi Shankar speaks to Republic Kannada on the Dharamsthala hoax, says the stigma will be erased. Prime Minister Modi to visit flood-hit areas in Punjab on 9th of September. Prime Minister to also interact with farmers in Gurdaspur. NIA carries out searches in 22 locations across 5 states and union territory of Jammu and Kashmir in terror conspiracy case. And a Pakistani intruder arrested along the international border in Jammu's Arispura sector. Viewers, we have breaking news coming in. India has assured that Mehul Choksi will not be kept in solitary confinement in Barrack number 12, which will not be overcrowded. His cell will be monitored 24/7. His extradition hearing will be in the second week of September. On India's request, Belgian authorities arrested Mehul Choksi in April. Since then, he is lodged in an Antwerp prison. And recently, Mehul Choksi's bail application was rejected on the grounds of flight risk. So the big question, will the defaulter be repatriated to India from Belgium? Well, India has assured the authorities that he will not be kept in solitary confinement. His barrack will not be overcrowded and his cell will be monitored 24/7. All right. Our executive editor Shravan Sen is now joining us on the phone line. Shravan, what does this really mean? The big question, will the PNB defaulter be repatriated to India from Belgium?
Well, in fact, the extradition hearing is already underway. In fact, what we have essentially given is that a letter of assurance has now been given by the government of India. This was on the 4th of September. Not just that, what we are also given to understand is that there are multiple assurances that have been given by the Indian government to the Belgian authorities. One, with regards to the condition of the jail. In fact, India has made it very clear that once he is extradited and to face the law, he would be basically held at barrack number 12. That would be in Mumbai. That's Arthur Road Jail Complex in Mumbai, if and when he is extradited. They've also given the assurance that Mehul Choksi would be kept in a cell which he will get a minimum of 3 square meters of personal space. This is not including any furniture throughout the period for his prospective detention. The second assurance has been given that the detention cell in which he will be kept will have a provision of a mattress, pillow, and a few other amenities. A metal frame wooden bed would be provided. Adequate light and ventilation would be given. Mehul Choksi will have sufficient access to clean drinking water. He will also have access to adequate toilet and washing facilities. They have also been given assurances with regards to the space that has been given in the cell so that exercise could be carried out, given the fact that he has a fragile health at this point in time. And one of the reasons why he is time and again argued with regards to against the extradition is only because of his on medical grounds. In fact, he was in Belgium and essentially wanted perhaps some sort of assurance from the Belgian authorities that he would be allowed to carry out that he would be able to avail medical facilities. But remember, in Belgium, once he had basically landed, he was taken into custody by the authorities. This is after the request that was made by the Indian government and the extradition process, which is basically underway. In fact, the reason why these assurances have essentially been given, because remember, this is something that they have essentially learned from what has transpired in United Kingdom, particularly in the case of Nirav Modi as well as Vijay Mallya. They have essentially argued that if they go back to India, then perhaps their human rights would be violated. And they have time and again highlighted the poor condition of prisons in India. That is the reason why you have the government of India. In fact, this is a letter that has been written by the Joint Secretary Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, sending this letter on 4th of September, signed by a Joint Secretary, and it has been addressed to the authorities in Belgium, where they are saying that they are going to provide all necessary facilities that are essentially required. And it's about a 5-pager that has been sent to the authorities, where they've essentially said what kind of facilities would be provided in terms of the access to natural light, ventilation, sanitary facilities, security, outdoor exercise, communication, media, health and medical facilities, religious services, diet and nutrition. All of it has now been covered in the letter that has been sent by the government of India to the Belgian authorities. Now, when the matter basically comes up for hearing, this is going to be beneficial on 2 counts. The reason being, number one, that the extradition will be looking into 2 aspects. Whether at all there is a case that has been cut out against Mehul Choksi. And second, if at all he is extradited, will any of the norms be violated? So keeping both these issues in mind, I'm given to understand that the matter, when it comes for hearing, the extradition process will be coming up for hearing very soon. This is going to be a little more handy for the Indian authorities.
All right, Shravan, thank you so much for those details there. And now let's go across to my colleague Akhil, who is joining us from the national capital. Akhil, since you're reporting from Delhi, tell us how the Indian government, how active really is the Indian government engaging with the Belgian authorities to expedite Mehul Choksi's extradition?
Well, that's right. If you see, the Indian government has assured Belgium that the fugitive jailer, in this case, are accused in 25,000 crore Punjab National Bank fraud, will be accommodated in humane conditions. And earlier, if you see, he was basically in Antwerp, and after that, what we have got to learn that he'll be extradited very soon. An extradition process is underway. And if you see, when he'll be back in Mumbai, then 20 by 15 feet cell, which has a separate toilet. Apart from that, it has got 3 ceiling fans, 6 fluorescence lights, and multiple ventilators as well will be provided in that 20 by 15 cell. So it's very likely that Mehul Choksi will be extradited very soon.
All right. Akhil, are there any indications of any diplomatic back-channel talks or high-level talks that are currently underway?
That's right. If you see, the authorities have given an assurance that Mehul Choksi will not be placed in solitary confinement. Instead, he will share this with another under trial facing economic offences, EW case against someone. So it's very likely that Mehul Choksi will share that cell with someone else in that confinement. And it's very likely that the government has already highlighted that barrack number 12 is separate from the main prison complex, which is basically to avoid the overcrowding and the risk of violence and extortion.
All right, Akhil, thank you so much for those details there. So if you wait and watch, how does this case pan out, and when will Mehul Choksi really be extradited to India? Of course, the case is currently underway in a court. Let's move on in the bulletin now. News from Jammu and Kashmir. Big breaking news coming. In fact, there's an encounter that is going on in a Gudar forest belt in Kulgam district of Jammu and Kashmir, and gunshots have been exchanged between the terrorists and the security forces. We learned that one more reinforcement has been rushed towards this forest belt. Now, reports suggest that one para soldier and one soldier of the SSR have been injured in this encounter. So what we do know at this moment is that this encounter is currently underway in the Kulgam area. And security forces launched a search operation which turned into an encounter after the terrorists opened fire at the security forces' positions. So this encounter broke out between the terrorists and the security forces in the Kulgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. And this after the security forces launched a search operation in the Gudar forest area following information about the presence of terrorists there. My colleague Zeenat is joining us from Srinagar for more details. Zeenat, what more details do you have?
The unidentified terrorists have been neutralized by the joint security forces in the Gura forest belt in Kulgam, South Kashmir. There was the input about the movement of the terrorists in the forest belt of Gudar. This input was shared with the Indian Army. They launched an operation, and finally one terrorist have been neutralized. He is an unidentified one presently lying in the orchard there in the forest belt, and he is yet to be identified. Meanwhile, the search operation continues in the area. There is more reinforcement that is being rushed to the spot. You see that in the visuals itself. The weather is usually a challenge because it's been raining non-stop in Jammu and Kashmir, and Kulgam is again in the South Kashmir and has a connectivity with the Rajouri Poonch, where again it's raining. So challenging weather, but forces are not keeping their guards down. And even in the challenging weather, we see a terrorist have been neutralized. It's after a very long time, because in August also, when the encounter was launched without any success, in that encounter, only the injuries and a casualty had come into the kitty of Indian Army. Finally, a terrorist this time had been neutralized in the swift operation that was launched by the joint forces.
And Zeenat, also give us more information about the encounter, in the sense that we are getting information that an army personnel has been injured during this encounter, and more reinforcements, as you mentioned, have been sent in. Give us more details of how the security forces are upgrading their search and rescue operations to ensure that everything goes on smoothly.
The 9 RR soldier and the para soldier have been injured. JCU has been injured in this ongoing encounter. Both of them have been evacuated to the medical facility for the further treatment. As far as this encounter and the area is concerned, it is more than 120 kilometers from the Srinagar state, and it has been on the radar of the joint security forces for a very long time. If you see the encounter of August, there also it continued for around 10 days without any success to the joint forces. And then the operation was, the search operation continued. The aerial service was used, that the drones were used to drop the bombs, then to decimate the terror hideouts and the terrorists, but without any success. Then the operation finally was concluded. But now again, we have seen that the searches were in the area for quite some time now. And finally today, a success has come to the sources, to the security forces on the ground who have been part of this operation. The visual that we are beaming on the screen is showing that a terrorist with a weapon is lying on the ground. This is the apple orchard where this encounter, where he's been neutralized, and the dead body from the spot has been retrieved. Although he's not been identified yet, but the sources within the system tells you that he can be a local terrorist who have been neutralized in this ongoing operation.
All right, Zeenat, continue to stay with us as we get our viewers these visuals from Kulgam in Jammu and Kashmir, where the encounter is ongoing, and we understand 2 army personnel have been injured. But the security forces launched a search operation in Gudar forest area following the information about the presence of terrorists there. And this is the apple orchard that our reporter is being talking about. And the search operation there turned into an encounter. This after the terrorists opened fire on the security forces. And remember earlier. All right, these visuals we are getting, these are the exclusive visuals that we are getting from Kulgam in Jammu and Kashmir. And this is, as you can see, the blurred area. This is the terrorist who has been gunned down. And this is taking place in the Gudar forest area. This is an apple orchard area that our reporter has been telling us about. And this happened after security forces launched a search operation in the Gudar forest area. There was information about the presence of terrorists there, and this search operation turned into an encounter. And viewers, we have more breaking news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, where a Pakistani intruder was arrested along the international border in Araspura sector. The intruder Siraj Khan from Sargodha in Punjab province of Pakistan was noticed by the border security force troops that were maintaining the outpost at 9:20 p.m. on Sunday. The troops fired a few rounds after challenging the intruder, who was subsequently arrested near the border fence. Some Pakistani currency notes were also recovered from him. And the intruder travelled more than 250 kilometers from Sargodha in Pakistan to reach the Indo-Pakistan border. So this Pakistani intruder has been arrested along the international border. This intruder has now been identified as Siraj Khan from Sargodha in Punjab province of Pakistan. He was notified by the BSF troops and Gursimran, my colleague, is now joining us for more details. Gursimran, what details do we have about this particular intruder who has now been arrested, Siraj Khan? He has been identified. What more details are the security forces revealing?
A major success coming for the border security force in the Araspura sector of Jammu, wherein they have apprehended a Pakistani intruder identified as Siraj Khan. Right now, we are reporting from the border outpost Oktrai, from where this troops of the border security force, they apprehended the Pakistani national. He was from Sargodha. So now the security agencies are questioning. Multiple intelligence agencies are carrying out a joint investigation, joint interrogation of this suspect that has been apprehended by the border security force. This was in this very area where he attempted to sneak in. He is a resident of Sargodha, but almost traveled more than 250 kilometers to reach this very point. Now the agencies suspect that he was here to procure some sensitive information, but due to the timely intervention of the border security force and the alertness of the troops that were deployed close to the border, their attempt was foiled, and now Siraj Khan has been apprehended. See, it is very crucial because the agencies are also looking into the angle that Sargodha was one of the locations that were hit by the Indian side during Operation Sindoor. So there lies a possibility that Pakistan might have radicalized this intruder who sneaked into the Indian territory to get some sensitive information. In a couple of minutes from now, we are told that he will be moved from this very place to the location where his medical test will be conducted, and post-medical test it is expected that he will be handed over to the Jammu and Kashmir police, which will be further registering an FIR with regards to an Pakistani national illegally entering the Indian territory and the legal action action will follow. But this is really very concerning. We are told that the officials from the multiple agencies will also be questioning this Pakistani intruder later in the day, because his activities are suspicious. And also, when the BSF troops opened the fire to challenge him, there was a firing from the Pakistani side as well. Though it was some 30 to 45 minutes post this incident, but there was firing from the Pakistani side as well. So that is also being considered, that whether it was a backing that Pakistani Rangers were trying to give to this intruder to sneak safely into the Indian territory. Keeping everything in view, multiple intelligence agencies, be it the central intelligence agencies or from the Jammu and Kashmir, they all will be questioning him, and after the questioning, the legal action will follow.
Right. And, you mentioned, Gursimran, that few currency notes were obtained from him, and there was, as you mentioned, about the firing that also took place, but whether it is related or not is to be found out. But any more information about the whereabouts of this particular person? What was his really motive into coming into this area? Any information that he has said so far in the questioning?
See, what we have spoken to the senior officials in the BSF as well as in the intel agencies, they are saying that he is continuously changing his statement. First, he said that he do not know he has entered the Indian territory. Then he said that he has come here to meet someone, some high-profile personality. So his statements are now fluctuating, and that's why the agencies are not trusting him. Agencies are saying that they need some more time, because see, it was around 10 late last evening when he was apprehended by the troops of the BSF, and then the questioning is going on, but nothing much has been obtained from him. It's only been a 12 roughly 11 hours since he was apprehended. So his medical has to be conducted, and post that a thorough interrogation will be done. A joint interrogation, you can see, that will have the central intelligence agencies as well as the BSF and their intelligence wing. So when a joint interrogation will take place, then the things will come out, that what was his motive of entering Indian territory. But for now, the agencies suspect that this is a foul play, and they are leaving nothing at chance. They are looking into every possible angle, because any person traveling 250 kilometers without any motive, it cannot be possible. So what was the motive? That is being presently worked upon by the agencies.
All right. Thank you so much, Gursimran, for all those updates there. Thank you so much. And viewers, we need to move on in the bulletin. We have big breaking news coming in. Tension has gripped the Mathur town in Mandya district on Sunday night after a stone pelting incident between two groups of different faiths during the Ganesh idol immersion procession. Now, this procession, which started from the Siddhartha Nagar 5th cross, was being taken out under tight police security. However, things took a turn for the worse when the procession passed by a mosque near Ram Rahim Nagar at around 8 p.m. and a few miscreants pelted stones, prompting retaliation from the other group. The clash left 8 people injured, and the situation was brought under control by the police, who deployed additional forces and imposed prohibitory orders in the area. Authorities have urged residents to maintain peace and cooperation to restore normalcy. Abhishek, my colleague, is now joining us for more details on that story. Abhishek, we understand that now situation has been brought under control, and additional forces have also been deployed. Prohibitory orders are in place. What is the situation right now?
Well, at this point of time, I am at ground zero where the incident happened the previous night. It is exactly around 14 to 15 hours on a Sunday night at around 7 to 7:15. In between 7 and 7:15, people who belong to Siddhartha Nagar, especially which is located beside Ram Rahim Nagar, had to take the Ganesha idol procession towards the immersion. When the issue started, when the people who had installed the Ganesha started their rounds and they were coming through this road, we clearly see that there is a mosque here as well. As soon as the procession passed by the mosque, it is mentioned that the power was cut in the entire area and the stones were started being pelted from the mosque, and after which we've also been informed that there is a garage which is located right beside the police van, and also stones were pelted from within the garage towards the idol, and the fight broke out immediately between both of the faiths, being it Hindu and a Muslim. Muslims. So at this point of time, there were a couple of home guards and women PCs present to make sure that the situation would be brought under control. And also heavy police machinery were used yesterday. The deployment of police were used yesterday immediately after the fight or a communal fight broke out between Muslims and Hindus when the Ganesha procession was on. And at this point of time, at around 8 in the morning, SP Mallikarjuna Baladandi along with various other officers from neighboring districts as well visited Ram Rahim Nagar, Siddhartha Nagar, and has made sure that the entire area is maintained with prohibitory orders. No unwanted movements are to be made. We've also clearly seen that people from Hindu background or Hindu supporting activists have started moving in and around the area to make sure that they are condemning the issue or the pelting of stones on the idol by the other faith people. And also, we are here to show you that DAR, the police wing of DAR is being used here at this point of time. At least around 500 to 700 policemen have been deployed in and around Siddhartha Nagar and Ram Rahim Nagar. And also, we have been informed that the prohibitory orders might continue if at all things aren't calmer by the end of the day. So we will have to see how the Hindu activists and the groups will take it any further, and how the Muslim activists or the people who are involved in this conflict would take this further. And also, not to forget, 21 people have been taken into custody by the police is what the latest information we are able to give out now. And there is also a search for many people who are missing as of now. And also, there might be some of the juvenile cases also involved is the information what we have received as of now. Back to the studio.
All right, so with the peace committee meetings, dialogues and reconciliatory events, we are hoping that peace be restored in the area. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for getting us all the updates from ground zero there. And viewers, we are taking a short break, and coming up ahead, masked man YouTubers, anti-temple activists in Dharamsthala case to be called in and questioned together will be confronted with the evidence. And in more update in the Dharamsthala case, Sri Ravi Shankar speaks to Republic Kannada on the hoax, says the stigma will be erased. That updates on all the updates on the Dharamsthala case and much more, viewers, is coming up after a short break. Don't go anywhere.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरी राजा।
Here we didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%, I think.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरी राजा।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime, रहो बेफिक्र।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड भी, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
MDH।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड भी, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
Here we didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%. So
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Viewers, for staying with us. The big story that we are tracking right now is that the government of India has promised a humane jail stay for Mehul Choksi if he is extradited to India. That is the biggest story that we are tracking at this hour. It's over to my colleague Riyanka.
Well, thank you, Aishwarya, for helping us with those details. And 2nd week of September is going to be the hearing for Choksi. We'll get you all the updates, but first up, the top headlines. Republic gets inside details of Mehul Choksi's extradition. Extradition hearing will be in the 2nd week of September. PM Modi to address the valedictory session on day 2 of NDA MP workshop. Masked man, YouTubers, anti-temple activists in Dharmasthala case to be called in and questioned together will be confronted with evidence. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar speaks to Republic Kannada on Dharmasthala hoax, says the stigma will be raised. NIA carries out searches in 22 locations across 5 states and Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in terror conspiracy case. Big encounter underway in Kulgam, Skoda forest. Unidentified terrorists killed in encounter. And viewers, let's get started with some breaking news coming in on top of this hour. Union Minister Shukanta Majumdar in a post shared that TMC leader was caught burning photos of Rabindranath Tagore. He said that in the premises of Chanchal College in Malda, a TMC leader openly burned the picture of world poet Rabindranath Tagore. And this scene not only deeply wounds the entire Bengali society but also bows our heads in shame. So very shocking and shameful news coming in. What we understand that Union Minister Shukanta Majumdar in a post had shared the TMC leader was caught burning photos of Rabindranath Tagore. He said that in premises of Chanchal College in Malda district, a TMC leader openly burned the picture of world poet Rabindranath Tagore, and this scene not only deeply wounds the entire Bengali society but also bows our heads in shame. Big claims coming in on TMC leader who burnt photos of Rabindranath Tagore, and the BJP has of course shared those details, and we will be getting in more updates coming in. On the other hand, Jagannath Sarkar, Bengal BJP MP, is joining me on the phone line. Mr. Sarkar, how do you see these developments coming in? Because the TMCP leader burned photos of Rabindranath Tagore. He is pride of the Bengali community. He is one of the world famous poets, and he is of course a huge icon for the Bengali society. And burning his photos openly is actually a matter of huge shame for the society.
देखिए, बंगाल में कानून के तरफ नहीं चल रहा है कि वहाँ देश के हित ममता का पार्टी नहीं आया। अभी बांग्लादेश बनाने के लिए प्रक्रिया हो रहा है। वो बांग्लादेश में रविंद्रनाथ के खिलाफ जो हो रहा है, उनका घर भी तोड़फोड़ हो गया, तो इसलिए उनका मानसिकता इधर भी बहुत है, ममता का लालन पालन नहीं है। इसलिए और क्या टीएमसी का चोरों का पार्टी है, उनका न्यूज भी नहीं होता है। ऐसा काम करे तो न्यूज में बन सकते, जानकारी आ जाएगा, दुनिया का पता है वो पार्टी का है। इसलिए काम इसके खिलाफ करते हैं, वो जो हिंदुस्तान के खिलाफ जो होगा ऐसा ही काम करते और न्यूज बनने के लिए कर। ममता का कई पार्टी का अंदर भी अनुशासन नहीं है, देश का पुलिस का भी शासन सही ढंग से नहीं चल रहा है। वो एक गुंडागर्दी का राज चल रहा है, काटमानी का राज चल रहा है। इनका वो जो मामला अभी ऐसा काम और भी होगा भविष्य में, दो तो टीएमसी खत्म करेगा, ऐसा है उनका ऐसा तरफ आ गया।
मिस्टर शौरकर, ये जो छात्र परिषद के जो लीडर है जिन्होंने ये किया है, ओपनली रविंद्रनाथ ठाकुर का फोटो उन्होंने बर्न किया है, इस पे आगे क्या डिमांड रखती है भारतीय जनता पार्टी? क्या करना चाहिए उनके अगेंस्ट?
देखिए, उनका तो पनिशमेंट मिलना चाहिए, लेकिन ममता का पुलिस तो नहीं देंगे। क्यों? वहाँ ममता उनका पास रेपिस्ट का पक्ष लेते हैं, वो काटमानी लेने के बाद चोरी करते तो चोरी का मौका दे रहा है। इसलिए वहाँ कानून का कोई मामला ही नहीं है, वो वहाँ टीएमसी का राज चल रहा है। तो उनका पनिशमेंट क्या होगा? हम पावर में सत्ता में आने के बाद बंगाल में ऐसा नहीं चलेगा। वो उनका मामला होगा, उनका खिलाफ कानूनी तरीका से जो होना चाहिए हमारा दल करेंगे, ऐसा बोल सकते। क्यों? रविंद्रनाथ हमारा गर्व है, बंगाल का गर्व है। वो रविंद्रनाथ केवल नहीं, बहुत मनीषी आदमी बंगाल में है, तो उनके लिए हम तो पक्ष में है, उनका आइडियोलॉजी के लिए चलता है। तो इससे जो उनका खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई करे तो उनका खिलाफ भी कार्रवाई कानून की तरफ होना चाहिए।
जी मिस्टर शौरकर, धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए और अपना इस वक्त सारा ओपिनियन रखने के लिए। Viewers, moving on with that, we get you some more breaking news that we are tracking on the broadcast. Edapadi Palaniswamy, the AIADMK General Secretary, made it clear that the 2026 elections is between AIADMK and the DMK, and this statement comes after Vijay has been constantly saying it is the DMK versus the TVK. Edapadi reiterated that in 2026 AIADMK will win over 200 seats. So that is the latest development as we are tracking in terms of the politics in Tamil Nadu ahead of the 2026 state elections. Now, Edapadi Palaniswamy, who is the AIADMK General Secretary, he has come out and given a very clear indication that 2026 elections is between the AIADMK and DMK, and the statement is coming in after Vijay has been constantly saying it is a DMK versus the TVK. Now, Palaniswamy has gone ahead and reiterated that it is the AIADMK that will win over 200 seats. It is a battle for Tamil Nadu, viewers, that we will be witnessing in early 2026. But the campaigning has already begun about it. My colleague Sharda joining me with more updates. Sharda, what are we gathering at this point in time, given that there is a huge political wave in Tamil Nadu ahead of the elections in 2026, with the EPS making it clear that the battle is between AIADMK and DMK?
Well, Priyanka, 2026 seems to be a huge turnout for the Tamil Nadu elections, especially with the party TVK that is started by actor Vijay. Well, there might be a change in the vote sharing policies, with the number of seats being deviated from the AIADMK. Now, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy has made it very clear that it would be his party that would be winning 200 seats in the upcoming elections. And his statement was made last evening after multiple times actor Vijay has stated that the 2026 elections is between DMK and the TVK, where he has not taken ADMK into consideration at all. And now AIADMK leader Edappadi K. Palaniswamy made it clear that it would be the old party, the AIADMK, which will be fighting against the DMK with a strong hand, and that he did not even include actor Vijay as part of it. While there were rumors that Vijay would be taking the AIADMK alliance, however, after it was announced as part of NDA, and following which the BJP becoming the TVK's main electoral against policy that they have, TVK has now decided that they'll be running alone, and Edappadi K. Palaniswamy is now completely moved away from the thought of joining hands with TVK, is what the leader is saying.
That's right. Sharda, appreciate you giving us those details as we continue to track in all the latest updates and developments coming in from Tamil Nadu, as the political heat is, of course, moving with full momentum in Tamil Nadu. It is a battle between the AIADMK versus the DMK, and the stance has been cleared by Edappadi Palaniswamy in this regard. Moving on, viewers, there is breaking news that we are tracking in. One terrorist has been eliminated in the ongoing Kulgam encounter. Terrorist has been identified as Amir Nasir of Shopia, and we already know that an encounter is underway in Kulgam, and that is a big win for the forces. One terrorist has been neutralized, identified as Asim Nasirdar of Shopia district. So the encounter continues to be underway. The gunshots between the gunfire exchange between the forces and the terrorists is underway. But as you can see, we're getting you these exclusive visuals of that terrorist who has been eliminated successfully by the security forces. This morning, the encounter began in Kulgam, in a high terrain strategic forest area away from the civilian areas, and as per reports, unconfirmed reports, we understood that there were 2 officials also who were left injured. But big win coming in there, with one terrorist in Kulgam encounter neutralized very, very successfully by the security forces. We bring you all the updates because the encounter and crackdown on terror activities continues to be heavily monitored in Jammu and Kashmir region. And we are also bringing you those exclusive visuals from Kulgam encounter, where one terrorist has been neutralized. There were reports of 2 to 3 terrorists being trapped in the encounter site. But as you can see these visuals, viewers, the security forces there stationed well as they continue with their encounter at Kulgam region, with one terrorist being neutralized. There have been several encounters with the past few days. And Zeenat, my colleague, joining me on the phone line. Zeenat, one terrorist has been neutralized very, very successfully by the security forces. Do we still have any official record that says and confirms that 2 of the officers were injured?
See, as far as the encounter in Kulgam is concerned, this is an ongoing operation where a terrorist identified as Amir Nazir Dar, who hails from Shopian but was operating in Kulgam of South Kashmir, and he comes from the terror outfit LET, Lashkar-e-Toiba, terrorist killed in Kulgam operation. This is an ongoing operation. Meanwhile, a JCO, a para soldier, have also been injured in this attack. This was an operation carried by Jammu and Kashmir police along with Indian Army in the forest belt of Gudar, Kulgam, where as of now the operation continues. This is the first operation in the month of September, we see, where a success has come to the joint forces by neutralizing a terrorist. In fact, the terrorists who have been neutralized in an apple orchard And also that there has been a confirmation coming in now from the joint forces that a terrorist had been killed. Although we have already displayed the photo.
That's right, Zeenat. Appreciate you giving us those details as we continue to track in these exclusive developments coming in from Kulgam. We will be getting in more updates as and when the encounter proceeds. But moving on, we have some breaking news to address viewers. As far as the Dharmasthala hoax case is concerned, the entire Skull gang will be called in for investigation. All the characters, including the masked man, the YouTubers and the anti-temple activists will be called in by the agency officers together. They will be confronted with the evidence, and then thereafter the entire investigation will continue to build up its huge momentum. So that is the latest breaking news that we are tracking. The accused will be confronted with the evidence so that there is an ease of investigation, and that will be bringing out several huge revelations as we suppose the Skull gang together will be questioned in this case as the Dharmasthala probe gathers huge momentum at this point in time. Back-to-back updates coming in, viewers. With each passing day, Republic is leading the story, and we are bringing you all these updates. My colleague Sri Lakshmi is joining us live on the broadcast with more details from Republic Kannada newsroom. Sri Lakshmi, help us with the updates that are coming in, because there is a fast-paced investigation that is going on in the Dharmasthala hoax case. Now, the entire Skull gang is going to be called in together for investigation. They will be confronted with the evidences.
Very true. It is also said that all the 7 alleged persons were called for the investigation today, and SIT has intensified the investigation, and investigation is on a fast track. It is said that Vittal Gowda, who was Saujanya's uncle, had already confessed that it is him who has brought the skull from Banglegudda place of Dharmasthala, and it is also said that many information we are getting on this. It is also said that Vittal Gowda was denied a tender by the Temple Trust, considering his misappropriation in running the business near Netravati river place. Now it is for that revenge he is doing all this. This is what the localites are giving the information to Republic. It is also said that this Vittal Gowda hatched out this whole conspiracy against Temple Trust for the revenge, and now it is also said that he is confessing all these facts. SIT has to come up with the final report of the whole investigation, and these things have to be confirmed by the SIT. And along with this Vittal Gowda, there is Girish Matanavar, there is Mahesh Timrodi, in whose house the whole plan was being hatched out, and so many other people are there. And today SIT has called all these 7 people, Vittal Gowda, Pradeep Gowda, Girish Matanavar, and Jayant, who was the second complainant, and these 2 YouTubers, Samir and Abhishek. It is also said that these 2 YouTubers, after SIT gives them notice, it is also said that these YouTubers call one another and confess that we should not have done this videos against Dharmasthala, since it turns out to be a lie, entire lie. And this Chinaya has confessed that whatever he has said is a lie, and Sujata Bhatt has already confessed that there is no character called Ananya Bhatt. She does not have any daughter called Ananya Bhatt at all. And now it is said that this Samir and Abhishek, 2 YouTubers who had made videos, were feeling guilty of making those videos. Once again, all this information are yet to be confirmed and yet to be investigated by the SIT. SIT has today intensified, and it may also take these people to Banglegudda area once again for the Mahajar of the place. Back to studio.
Sri Lakshmi, stay on with us as we have more breaking news coming in with the same story. There are details coming in of the Skull gang. It was the skull was rather given to the masked man by 2 other conspirators. It was reportedly brought to Delhi. 3 of the conspirators took a flight to Delhi. 1 took the train to carry the skull and avoid the detection. They had kept it in a lodge for 4 days, and investigation on to find out more details is continuing regarding the same. The Skull Gang's Delhi tour is under scrutiny now as they had gone ahead and carried out the entire course of action from Delhi to the particular area. Sri Lakshmi continues to be with us. Sri Lakshmi, we also understand there are details coming in as far as the skull is concerned. It was given to Chennai by 2 other conspirators and reportedly brought to Delhi, with 3 of the conspirators taking flight to Delhi, 1 taking a train to carry the skull. Help us understand what exactly transpired.
Yes, Chinaya has, it is said that Chinaya confessed that the skull was taken to Delhi, and Jayant had also said in my own interview to Republic Kannada that he had been to Delhi along with this group, and there was a skull with them. And now the big question is, who caught them for Delhi? Who is there behind this team in Delhi? Who can operate from Delhi? Who is the person? Who is an influential? It's said that he is an influential person. Who is that influential person? Jayant in my interview told that they went to Delhi to meet a lawyer, to meet a Supreme Court lawyer who suggested them to come to Delhi. And KV Dhananjay's name was out there in the news regarding this case also. Now, will SIT interrogate a Supreme Court lawyer, KV Dhananjay, as well, is the big question at this point of time. And now, why did they go to Delhi? Jayant told us that to file, to present that skull to Supreme Court, they went to Delhi. But is that the legal way to, fight for justice? Now he could have given it to any police station here in South Kendra district itself. Now, what is the bigger plan which was hatched out in Delhi, and who else are there? Is there any other influential people? Is there any politician behind that? Is a big question. Will SIT interrogate that angle as well? Is a big question. Today, this Delhi angle will also be interrogated, since all these 4 people who are said to have gone to Delhi have also been called for the investigation here in Beltangadi by the SIT. So many more facts are yet to come out. Back to studio.
Absolutely. Sri Lakshmi, stay on with us as we get in more breaking developments. Well, viewers, Sri Ravi Shankar has also responded on the Dharmasthala row. He says that Dharmasthala is a place of worship and the stigma will be erased soon. Let's quickly listen in to this soundbite.
ಧರ್ಮದ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಅದು, ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಾನದ್ದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು, ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಭಂಗವಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ದೂರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಖಂಡಿತ. ಅದು ಧರ್ಮದ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಅದು, ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಾನದ್ದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು, ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಭಂಗವಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ದೂರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಖಂಡಿತ.
Some more breaking developments, viewers, in the Dharmasthala case. Amid the ongoing SIT probe into the unnatural deaths at Dharmasthala, several women organizations have written to Congress leader Sonia Gandhi under the banner "Who Killed Women in Dharmasthala?" The letter recalls that in July 2025, the State Women's Commission had already urged the Chief Minister to form an SIT over reports of unnatural deaths and sexual assaults in Dharmasthala. Activists and local media have repeatedly highlighted historic cases, including the 2012 Sojanya case, 1986 Padma Lata case and 1979 Vidavalli case. Sri Lakshmi is still with me. Sri Lakshmi, what exactly do we understand from the fact that a letter which was written by a women organization to Sonia Gandhi under the banner "Who Killed Women in Dharmasthala," and it recalls several other cases as well, and urged the Chief Minister to form an SIT over the reports? What do we have on this?
Well, see, people of Dharmasthala especially, they are asking that why these women organizations are writing this kind of letters, asking that who killed women in Dharmasthala. There are only 3 cases since 1979. Dharmasthala is a tourism place where lakhs and lakhs of people keep coming every day. Every day you get lakhs and lakhs of people who visit Dharmasthala. And there are 3 deaths of 3 women which have happened in that place. Since 79, these cases are being investigated by police, by other agencies as well. And this Saujanya case of 2012 has already been investigated by CBI as well. And court already has given a verdict in this case also. And Padmalata case was also, a B report has been submitted in Padmalata case, and many more legal proceedings have already happened in all these 3 cases. And again, regarding this skull case, mass burial case also, Karnataka State Women Commission has already insisted Siddharamaiah so that he had formed an SIT to probe the whole entire case. And SIT is conducting the whole investigation in a very, very efficient manner, and the whole state is appreciating that. Amidst of all these developments, this women's organization writes a letter to Sonia Gandhi asking that who killed women in Dharmasthala. Now the big question is, who is Mrs. Sonia Gandhi to answer all these questions, because there is a law in this country to investigate these cases. Now people of Dharmasthala are asking that why these women organizations are writing this letter, mentioning the very same cases which have been already being mentioned by these leftist organizations since 3 decades. And Saujanya, activism is going on since 2012. Now court has already given verdict. Now the big question is there any politics, is there any ideological fight behind, writing such kind of a letter to Sonia Gandhi? If someone wants justice, then he can go to Supreme Court or can write even to the President of India. She herself being a woman, one can write to President of India. But why to Sonia Gandhi is the big question at this point of time. Back to studio.
That's right. Sri Lakshmi, appreciate you joining us and giving us all those details on this very, very important case that we are leading on the network. And we will be getting in more updates as and when they come in regarding this very important case of the Dharmasthala hoax. And viewers, coming up next, we will be getting you more details after the short break as Republic gets the inside details of Mehul Choksi's extradition. Extradition hearing will be in the 2nd week of September. And also updates coming in as far as the NIA carrying out searches in 22 locations across 5 states and Union Territory of Jammu Kashmir in terror conspiracy case. More details on the other side, viewers. Stay tuned.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
I choose a world where we dream and the limit is the sky, and this world is my home where I'm living my best.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा। सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Here are the top headlines that we're tracking at 10:30 a.m. this Monday morning. Republic gets inside details of Mehul Choksi's extradition hearing will be held in the second week of September. And Prime Minister Modi to address day 2 of the NDA MP workshop session. Masked man, YouTubers and anti-temple activists in Dharmasthala case to be called in and questioned together will be confronted with evidence. Sri Ravi Shankar speaks to Republic Canada on Dharmasthala hoax, says the stigma will be erased. And the NIA has carried out searches in 22 locations across 5 states and Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in the terror conspiracy case. And there's an encounter that is underway in Kulgam's Gada forest. Unidentified terrorist has been killed in the encounter. And we start this edition with the top focus story here. Congress MP Tariq Anwar has got into a piggy bank ride in Bihar's Katihar during a flood inspection drive. The villagers can be seen wading through a waterlogged field while carrying Congress MP Anwar on their backs, who was there to inspect a flood-hit area. Now, the Congress MP piggybacks on the people to avoid slush during flood survey. Congress has now come out in support of its minister and is defending by saying that Mr. Anwar was unwell. While the leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi is on a vacation, the Congress MP is piggybanking on the poor. And that's the latest visual, ladies and gentlemen, of the Congress MP. His name is Tariq Anwar. What's created furor here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Bihar is battling under floods. And amidst all of this, when Congress MP wanted to do a Photoshop, he did visit Bihar. His name is Tariq Anwar. But instead of walking through the flood, instead of going through what the villagers have gone through, what he has done is he's gone on a piggyback behind a villager, on the back of a villager, and he's smiling his way through. In no circumstances does this Congress leader look unwell. But that's the excuse, that's the defense that Congress has given, saying that because Tariq Anwar was unwell, so he was carried piggyback on by the villagers, and that's why he was escorted to a safer location. Now, the BJP has been alleging that because this Congress leader, the Congress MP, wanted to avoid slush during floods, that's exactly when he told the villagers to piggyback him. All right, Prakash is joining us live on the broadcast on that note. Prakash, this is a huge political controversy that's now broken out between the BJP and the Congress. Congress, who claims that they are eyeing a term in Bihar, but on one hand, there's this video of the Congress MP which has now gone viral.
Well, it looks a very sad picture, although Tariq Anwar, who is very old and one of the oldest Congress member here in Bihar, is 80 plus. And he's not keeping well. Last year he was on ventilator as well. So he's a Lok Sabha MP from Katihar. So the plea given was that he's not keeping well. So that is why he had to he had to ride on the shoulders of some of the villagers there to oversee the flood situation in Katihar, because time and again every year Katihar is flooded. It's a flood-prone area. In order to oversee what action is being taken on the ground, he had to piggyback on the rural folks. So it looks like a sad picture, yes, definitely. But they say, the congressmen say that he's not well. Despite that, he had gone to oversee the flood situation. Meanwhile, the BJP is attacking on the Congress party as to what kind of politicians they are, that they are using poor villagers as animals, and they're riding on their back and trying to oversee the flood situation. Back to you.
Right. Right, Prakash, absolutely. In fact, that defense of the Congress party, where they say that the Congress leader was unwell and that's why he piggy-banked on the villager. But in the video, it can be clearly seen how Tariq Anwar is enjoying the piggy bank ride. He's sailing his way through. And all of this at a time when Bihar has been reeling under floods.
I don't know if he's enjoying or not, but yes, I know for sure that he's an 80-year-old man and he's not well. That's what the plea is given. So if an 80-year-old man says that he's not well, and last year he was on ventilator as well, I know that for sure that he survived. He was in a precarious situation last year, admitted in a hospital. He was on ventilator, somehow survived. So it's very difficult to comment on him, and BJP is definitely attacking the Congress party for sure. Yes, he's an old man with several medical ailments. He's the MP of Lok Sabha, and yes, the party should definitely think on considering whether older MPs should be allowed or not to contest, like the parameters set by the BJP of 75 years when Murli Manohar Joshi and LK Advani were ousted from contesting elections. They were all stalwarts. Murli Manohar Joshi and LK Advani. Will BJP also follow the suit like in the case of Tariq Anwar? They say that he's an old man and he survived his life last time was on ventilator. It's difficult to comment, but the Congress party says that he's not keeping well, but he's trying to oversee the flood situation.
Right, Prakash, thank you very much for getting us those details. In fact, let's also now listen in to what the BJP has to say on the matter.
एंटाइटल्ड मानसिकता, इनकी राजशाही सोच, नवाबवादी सोच, जिस प्रकार से कांग्रेस के सांसद तारिक अनवर दौरा कर रहे हैं बाढ़ग्रस्त इलाकों का, वहां पर भी इनको वीवीआईपी प्रोटोकॉल और वीवीआईपी फैसिलिटी चाहिए। मतलब जो जनता जिसकी समस्या देखने और सुनने वो गए हैं, उन्हीं के कंधे पर चढ़कर वो दौरा कर रहे हैं। राहुल गांधी तो वैसे वेकेशन मनाने चले गए, उनको तो पंजाब, हिमाचल, किसी भी प्रदेश की चिंता नहीं है। और जो कांग्रेस के नेता है वो कंधे पे बैठे हैं। आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता है जो कांग्रेस बोलती है कि वो छुप गए हैं। तो देखिए, एक वेकेशन मोड पर है राहुल गांधी, दूसरे लग्जरी और राजशाही मोड पर है तारिक अनवर, तीसरे हाइडिंग मोड पर है आम आदमी पार्टी, केवल वर्क मोड में है भारतीय जनता पार्टी, जिसके नेता लगातार ग्राउंड पर है, जिसकी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की टीम और एजेंसी लगातार काम कर रही है, और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी भी बाढ़ग्रस्त इलाकों का दौरा करने वाले हैं। तो ये होता है वर्क मोड और राजशाही मोड, वर्क मोड और वेकेशन मोड।
All right, Rajiv Ranjan from the JDU is now joining us on the phone line. Rajiv जी, क्या कहना है आपका इस वीडियो के बारे में?
देखिए, ये बेहद दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण और शर्मनाक है। दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र में जनता किसके लिए क्या मायने रखती है, ये कांग्रेस ने कई बार बताया है, लेकिन ताजा बानगी हैरानी पैदा करती है। ये सामंती मानसिकता है। अब ये लोगों के कंधे पर सवार होकर के जाएंगे, इससे दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण क्या होगा? और मुझे लगता है ऐसी घटनाओं की जितनी भी निंदा की जाए, ये बेहद आवश्यक है कि ऐसे राजनेता जो उनकी भावनाओं का जरा भी ख्याल नहीं रखते हैं, और आज भी उनको एक तरह से हम कह सकते हैं कि वो स्लेव्स की तरह, दास प्रवृत्ति उनकी बनी हुई है। इसलिए जनता का दायरा जवाब देगी और बिहार के जनता से बिल्कुल साफ हो जाएगा कि ऐसे लोगों के लिए लोकतंत्र में कोई जगह नहीं है।
बिल्कुल राजीव रंजन जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका हमारे साथ बातचीत करने के लिए। मूविंग ऑन टू सम अदर स्टोरीज दैट वी आर ट्रैकिंग ऑन दिस एडिशन, इंडिया हैज assured that Mehul Choksi will not be kept in solitary confinement in barrack number 12, which will not be overcrowded. His cell will be monitored 24/7, and these are the inside details of his extradition. His extradition hearing will be held in the second week of September on India's request. Belgian authorities have arrested Mehul Choksi, remember, in April, and since then he is lodged in Antwerp prison. Recently, Choksi's bail application was also rejected on grounds of flight risk. On that note, I'm also being joined by my colleague Akhil, who's getting us these inside details. Akhil, the second week of September is when Mehul Choksi's hearing will begin. Tavor Rana has been extradited. Choksi's hearing is to begin. And Sanjay Bhandari is next. Seems like India is tightening the noose on the fugitives.
That's right, Tanisha. If you see earlier what we have been seeing, that the Indian government has assured the Belgium government that the fugitive jailer, Mehul Choksi, who is the accused in 25,000 crore Punjab National Bank fraud, will be brought back. So when he will be brought back, that's a big question. So it's very likely that very soon he will be brought back to India. And the conditions which will be provided by the Indian government, the MHA has declared a letter in which it has mentioned that he will be placed, he will be lodged in back number 12 of Arthur Road Jail. So right now the extradition process are underway at the Chambers of Indictment in Antwerp. And if you see earlier what we have, that the Mehul Choksi was arrested on April 12th by Antwerp police. And after that, what we have been seeing that since then the process of taking him back to India is still going on. And it's very likely that very soon he'll be extradited back to India.
Right, Akhil, thank you very much for getting us those details. Moving across to some more stories that we are tracking. The Aam Aadmi Party leader, Saurabh Bhardwaj, has slammed Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta for allegedly letting her husband sit inside an official meeting. The Aam Aadmi Party leader, Saurabh Bhardwaj, has shared images of Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta accompanied by her husband presiding over a review meeting with officials on development projects in Shalimar Bagh Assembly constituency. He pointed out that Rekha Gupta had allowed her husband to sit in the official meeting, drawing a parallel with the Hindi series and made on the comment on the Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta. AAP versus BJP fight there erupting over the alleged entry of Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta in the official meeting of the Delhi cabinet. We also have a reaction from the Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bhardwaj. Let's listen to that.
तेरा की पंचायत के अंदर प्रधान जो थी वो नाम के लिए थी और उनके जो पति थे वही प्रधान का सारा काम करते थे। रेखा गुप्ता जी ने संविधान की शपथ ली है, गोपनीयता की शपथ ली है, तो कोई देश का कानून उनको इजाजत नहीं देता कि वो अपनी सरकारी मीटिंगों में अपने साथ अपने पति को बिठा के रखे। ये नहीं हो सकता। और हमने देखा कि कई सारे वीडियोस जिसके अंदर उनके पति जो हैं वो इंस्पेक्शन कर रहे हैं, उनके पति जो है अफसरों को जो है डायरेक्शंस दे रहे हैं, उनके पति मीटिंगें ले रहे हैं। एक बिजनेसमैन, जो कि उनके पति एक बिजनेसमैन है, वो राजनेता नहीं है, एक बिजनेसमैन कैसे सरकार चला सकता है या सरकार चलाने के अंदर हिस्सेदारी कर सकता है? ये पूरी तरीके से अनैतिक है, गैर कानूनी है, गैर संवैधानिक है।
All right, so this is Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bhardwaj raising serious questions of Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta's husband being present inside an official meeting. All right, moving across to some more breaking news that's coming in. The National Investigation Agency is carrying out searches in 20 locations across 5 states and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in a terror conspiracy case is what the officials say. 20 locations are being raided, 5 others being raided in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and this is in the terror conspiracy case. Searches have also been carried out in Baramulla, Kulgam and Pulwama as well, and this is in regard with the terror conspiracy case. The news on the terror conspirators is now tightening up. Zeenat is joining us live on the broadcast. Zeenat, we learned that there are nearly 20 locations in which raids are being carried out by the NIA. What is this terror conspiracy case in which the NIA is carrying out these raids?
See, as far as the rates of NIA are concerned, the rates in relation to the terror funding in Jammu and Kashmir, although the 22 locations are being raided by the NIA in the country, in which the 9 comes from the Jammu and Kashmir. In Kashmir, we see the raids in Pulwama, Kulgam, as well as in Baramulla. This is a fire was registered in a Chennai branch of NIA. This is a general FIR which is in relation to deal with the separatism, terror funding and providing the logistic support to the terror network. So 9 locations have been raided in J&K. We have been picking that the Aadhaar card, some bank documents, and also the digital evidences have been recovered in these raids. Some people were also.
All right, we have breaking visuals coming in from Mandya in Karnataka, where there are massive protests that are being held. The BJP and the Hindu groups have initiated a protest march in Mandya over the last night's stone pelting incident. Tension has gripped Madur town in Mandya district on Sunday night after stone pelting incident between two groups of different faiths during Ganesha idol immersion procession took place. The procession, which was started from Siddhartha Nagar 5th Cross, was being taken out under tight police security. However, things took a violent turn when the procession had passed allegedly near a mosque. And this was around 8 p.m., after which a few miscreants pelted stones, prompting retaliation from the other group. All right, our colleague Abhishek is joining us live from Republic Canada from Madur in Karnataka. What's the situation on ground like, Abhishek? Please share more details.
Tanisha, with respect to the incident which happened the previous night, the Hindu Karyakartas or the activists of Hindu had decided that they will conduct a protest march against the people who had pelted stones on the Ganesha procession. At this point of time, my team is located right in front of the Jamia Masjid complex in the Madur town. It is very clear that thousands of Hindu activists have assembled at Jamia Masjid Road along with the idol of Ganesha, and also not to forget the DJ music which mentions the Jai Shri Ram and Jai Hanuman chants. On the other hand, we've also seen that people are carrying Bhagavad Dwaj in their hands. Thousands of people along with thousands of Bhagavad Dwaj are being carried out in the streets of Maduru to show that the Hindus have united against the people who tried to create disharmony the previous night. On the other hand, we've also witnessed that the police have started lathi charging against the Hindu activists because they had to clear the situation and take the situation under control. We have witnessed the SPs of two districts, Mysore and Mandya, who are taking the leadership of taking this procession on a peaceful note. On the other hand, we've also seen thousands of police who have been brought to the streets of Maduru. Thousands of police belonging to the law and order, the DAR, have been taken into consideration as of now, and we have also seen that the entire area surrounded by Ram Rahim Nagar and Siddhartha Nagar are following the prohibitory orders, and none of the people are allowed to move into the exact location where the stone pelting happened yesterday. On the other hand, the latest update is some of the Hindu Karyakartas as well tried to pelt stones on the Jamia Masjid, and this is when the police had to start their lathi charge. So at this point of time, things have gotten back into the control, and we will have to see how this procession continues in the next couple of minutes. Tanisha.
Absolutely. Abhishek, also take us to what exactly happened yesterday. Remember, viewers, just to take you back through how important yesterday's days was. Yesterday is exactly when Ganesh Visarjan was being carried out in several parts of the country, Maharashtra to Karnataka. And at that moment in Mandya, what happened is when the procession was being carried out, stones were pelted on the Ganesh idol. And Abhishek is here with us to share more details. Abhishek, what exactly happened? What triggered the protest yesterday? What triggered the stone pelting?
Tanisha, in Mandya's Maduru, it was very clear that according to the beliefs, Pitru Paksha starts from today, and that is why all the Ganesha immersion were supposed to be done yesterday according to the beliefs, and the same had also happened in Maduru as well. People who live in Ram Rahim Nagar, a Tamil association, had installed Ganesha for over 3 days, and they were planning to continue with the procession and the immersion of Lord Ganesh, after which around in between 7 and 7:15, the procession just crossed the masjid which was located in Ram Rahim Nagar, after which the power was cut immediately. This is also mentioned that the Muslims or the people from other faith tried to disconnect the power so that it would be easier for them to pelt the stones on the Lord's idol. On the other hand, the Ganesh idol was located exactly between one of the garages and the masjid where the stone were pelled from both the directions, after which a fight broke out between the followers of Hinduism and the followers of Islam, after which the police had to take the situation under control by involving more policemen. It was also mentioned that 21 people who were involved in this communal fights have been taken into custody. They are also verifying if there are any juvenile cases in this. Around 8 people had been injured during the stone pelting, is what we have been informed as of now. And there is also a search which is on to take into custody much more people who were involved in the pelting of stones. This point of time, Section 144 continues at this hour, and if at all situation doesn't come under control, the prohibition orders will continue for the next day, as well as what we have been informed by the SP Mallikarjuna Baladandi as of now. So we will have to see, since the procession is going towards the immersion, we will have to see if there will be any riots which will continue once again, which will emerge once again, or will this continue with a peaceful march, Tanisha?
Right, absolutely. And Abhishek, what is the situation on ground right now? We learned that yesterday there was a protest that was held already. After the stone pelting, we learned that BJP and the Hindu groups are staging a protest today. The Lathi charge visual are on our screens right now, Abhishek. What is it that the BJP and the Hindu groups have been demanding?
BJP and the Hindu groups wanted to protest against the miscreants who pelted stones against the Lord Ganesh Murti and people who wanted to create a disharmony in the society. At this point of time, the Hindu Karyakartas and the supporters of Lord Ganesh, or all the Hindu people located in this locality, are demanding that all the people who are involved in this incident or the issue to be taken into custody immediately, and they are demanding a legal inquiry and a punishment in the legal jurisdiction against the miscreants. And on the other hand, we are also witnessing a Ganesha procession at least 10 times bigger than the previous nights, because the people in this locality wanted to show that all the Hindus have united towards the unity of Ganesha, towards the belief of Ganesha, to which the Muslims tried to create a disharmony, and they also have tried to show that they are outnumbering the Muslims in the next couple of minutes, and they will also make sure that if at all Muslims doesn't want to listen, or if at all Muslims don't want to respect the beliefs of Hindus, they will go to any extent legally to make sure that the people of other faith are removed from the locality itself, Tanisha.
Absolutely, Abhishek. And we learned that this is not just a sole incident that's come to fore from Mandya. We learned that there have been other places in Karnataka as well where a situation like this, similar to Mandya, had come to the fore. What are those places, Abhishek?
Anisha, we've also very clearly seen the state BJP president B.Y. Vijayendra put on his social media stating that 4 such incidents have been emerging in and around Karnataka, one being in Shimoga, in various other parts of the state as well. We have seen a student or a youth belonging to different community or a different faith spitting on Lord Ganesha in one such incident. And also in another incident, we have seen people who were being attacked while they were dancing in front of the idol. This is one of the other incidents which has happened in Maduru. So these issues have been continuing in Karnataka since the inception of Congress government, is what B.Y. Vijayendra, state president of BJP, has mentioned on the social media, and also has condemned the Home Department as to saying that they are completely on the worst note and they are unable to manage the harmony within the society, and this point will be considered in the next coming days. Also at this point of time, we shouldn't forget, Tanisha, that things are getting under control as of now because of the police who have been deployed here. We will also have to see how this issues continue with the political mileage, or how will the Congress and the BJP consider this issue throughout the state, Tanisha.
Absolutely. Abhishek, request you to stay with me, because let's just tell our viewers who've just tuned in to what's happened in the last 24 hours. Karnataka's Mandya district witnessed fresh communal clashes during Ganesh Visarjan celebrations yesterday. This has left several people injured after violent stone pelting had erupted in the Ram Rahim locality. Nearly 8 people have been killed in the violence. Police had imposed prohibitory orders under Section 163 to bring the situation under control. And now, according to reports, we learned that there were miscreants who targeted the Ganesh immersion procession with stones, triggering tension and sporadic violence. There was additional police forces that were immediately deployed in the area to prevent escalation. And remember, this is not the first incident of unrest in Mandya during festive processions. Last year on September 11, 2024, similar violence broke out during Namalanganam during the Ganesh Visarjan, where shops and vehicles were set ablaze and more than 50 people were arrested. I am also being joined by Ashok Gowda, BJP spokesperson on that note. Ashok Gowda, what do you think? Time and again, same year, different year, same story, violence and procession, targeting of Hindu procession by the other community. What do you have to say on that?
See, when the Congress government is in the ruling, and when they openly say that this government is for you and this government is by you, and we will do all works only for you. If that kind of a statement is made by the Chief Minister, Home Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, then definitely one community which is already very aggressive in different parts of the world will definitely get aggressive even in Karnataka also. And in spite of last year's incident, no measures are being taken to curb this kind of a mindset which exists in Karnataka. And remember this, there is a 2016 PFI people, 1,600 people were let free, more than 175 cases were withdrawn, and this is why all this is happening. And more than that, we have seen that DJ KJ writers have also been let free, and 60 cases have been withdrawn on the criminals in Karnataka, which is also the main reason that this Gundaism, this Ulgaism exists in Karnataka, and they want to encourage it. Congress has this kind of a mindset. Very unfortunate.
Right, sir. Remains to be seen on what action is taken against the perpetrators of this violence. With that, it's time for us to now slip into a short break. After the break, we'll get you more details from Ground Zero on what's exactly happening in Mandya after the Ganesh procession was targeted yesterday.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा आरती और मसाला।
Here we didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%, I think.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
This
is Republic Jack Pollywall Studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I'm Akanksha Khajuria. Let's get started.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है?
अरे मेरे राजा।
Here we didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%, I think.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Oyana Mitra. We are tracking that encounter in Kulgam very, very closely. We're now learning that one Lashkar terrorist has been identified. We will have our colleague Zeenath get us all the latest developments and a lot more that's coming up for you. But first, the headlines at 11 a.m. Republic gets inside details of Mehul Choksi's extradition. Extradition hearing will be in the second week of September. Controversy erupts after Congress MP Tariq Anwar gets a piggyback ride in Bihar during flood inspection drive. Party defense saying MP was unwell. Masked man, YouTubers, anti-temple activists in Dharmasthala case to be called in and questioned together will be confronted with evidence. Stone pelting reported during Ganesh idol immersion in Mandya. Hindu groups stage protest. Big development in Balrampur conversion case. ATS files charge sheet against Changur Baba and son. Big encounter underway in Kulgam's Guddar forest. Lashkar terrorists neutralized. Our viewers, we start this bulletin with big breaking news coming in. Back-to-back incidents of stone pelting has been reported in Karnataka's Mandya district, where the BJP and Hindu groups have now started staging a protest march in Mandya over last night's stone pelting incident. Now, just to give you a little more context, tensions gripped Mandya district on Sunday night after a stone pelting incident was reported between two groups of different faiths during the Ganesh idol immersion procession. The procession, which started from Siddharth Nagar 5th Cross, was being taken out under tight police security. However, things took a turn for the worse when the procession passed by a mosque near the Ram Rahim Nagar around 8 p.m. and a few miscreants pelted stones, prompting retaliation from other groups. Those are the visuals on your screen that we are getting live from Mandya. As you can see, that security has been heightened, and there's a lot of tension that has gripped the region after yesterday's incident. Those are the two visuals on your screen. On the left of your screen are the visuals from last night when the stone pelting incident was reported, a kind of communal clash that erupted between two sets of groups. And on the right of your screen are the visuals from this morning, earlier today, where
We're capturing the aftermath of the stone pelting incident. As you can see, there's heavy security. There's a lot of showdown that is happening in Mandya district. The BJP and several Hindu groups are now staging protests against the stone pelting incident. And viewers, we're also learning that the police have now started dispersing the crowd. They've resorted to lathi charging after there were continued clashes and chaos that started to unfold in Mandya district. And the police is now taking measures to contain the crowd, to ensure that the security measures and law and order is in place. And those are the visuals on your screen from Mandya. Now, viewers, there's several visuals that we are tracking, and we're also learning that the clash has left at least 8 people injured, and the situation was brought under control by the police, who have now rushed additional reinforcements to the area. And authorities have urged residents to maintain peace and cooperation to restore normalcy. And shortly after yesterday, another incident of stone pelting was reported this morning. So as you can see, back-to-back incidents targeting a Ganesha procession in the Mandya district of Karnataka. The police has now beefed up security to try and control the situation. We are yet to learn about whether any arrests were made, but we're learning that at least 8 people have been injured during the clashes. We're tracking the visuals very closely on your screens. You have the visuals from yesterday, that is last evening, when the first round of stone pelting was reported, and from today, earlier this morning. And let's bring you more information. The procession had begun from Siddharth Nagar 5th Cross in Maddur town under tight police security. And we're learning when the procession crossed a mosque near Ram Rahim Nagar at 8 p.m, a few miscreants alleged pelted stones at the procession. Let's go across to my colleague Abhishek for more information on this. He's joining me live from Bengaluru. Abhishek, take us through the sequence of events. What exactly happened? And are we learning of any arrests that have been made so far?
Tanisha, it was around 7 to 7:15 yesterday night when the procession from Ram Rahim Nagar, which carried Lord Ganesh, was traveling and was encircling the area in various other streets of Ram Rahim Nagar and Siddhartha Nagar. When they were crossing by one of the masjids located in Ram Rahim Nagar, just as soon as Lord Ganesh crossed the masjid which was present in Ram Rahim Nagar, the power was cut by some of the miscreants, and the Ganesh idol had to be stopped due to the power cut for a couple of seconds, and that is when the stone pelting had started from one of the garages which was on the one of the sides of Lord Ganesh, and on the other side some of the stones were pelted from the masjid as well, is what we have been informed now. On the other hand, when the people who were around Lord Ganesh at that point of time, and also they were also facing the stone pelting, they answered in return by pelting some of the stones on the mosque as well. At this point of time, there were only home guards and women police constables, is what we have been informed. On the other hand, 8 people have been injured in this incident. They have been taken into the hospital. 21 people who were involved in the pelting of stones have been taken into custody, and there is also a search which has been called on for the people who are on the absconding as of now. The SP of Mandya, Mallikarjuna Paladandi, visited the location at around 8 in the morning. He also mentioned there is the prohibitory order which has been taken into consideration as of now, and people are not allowed to move on to the roads without any practical or important reason, is what he has informed. On the other hand, the people belonging to Hindu activists or the Hindu activists who were present yesterday have demanded all these people from different faith to be taken into custody immediately, and they have to be put behind the bars, is their demand primarily. On the other hand, we've also witnessed that there is a Ganesha procession which is happening in the main roads of Maduru to show that the people, of the different faiths, that when Hindus unite, nothing can be overtaken, and none of the other faiths can challenge the Hindus, is what the slogans which have been considered and being shouted by the Hindu activists who are present in front of Jamia Masjid now. On the other hand, we've also seen thousands of police belonging to law and order and DAR who
Yes.
have been deputed to make sure that the situation is under control until the immersion of the idol is done. Tanisha.
Yeah. Abhishek, stay on with me. Give us more information. You're now telling us that prohibitory orders are in place. But I want to ask you, there are 2 incidents of stone pelting that has been reported. So how is it that the police failed to contain the crowd after the first incident was reported last night? We're now seeing that they're trying to disperse of the crowd. But the question really is, why was there no law and order and security measure in place after the incident was reported last night itself?
Well, Tanisha, soon after the previous night's incident, police had been deployed in hundreds of numbers and they had taken situation under control. However, today morning, the Hindu activists decided that they start with a new procession with a new idol in front of various other main masjids located in Mathuru to show that the Hindus have united. They also have carried the Bhagavad Dwaj and they also have started playing the music in the DJ. Which depicts Lord Hanuman, Lord Sri Ram. On the other hand, we've also seen some of the Hindu karyakartas who tried to pelt stones on the masjid, and this has been video recorded as of now by the police, and they've also lathi charged against the people who tried to assemble in front of the masjid, probably to create disharmony. And also, we shouldn't forget the fact that the disharmony which was created yesterday have considerably been taken into consideration as of now. And also, we are seeing that the situation is slightly getting back to the control. If at all situations go out of control, the police have decided that the prohibitory orders will continue for the next day as well. However, the Hindu karyakartas who are in the procession, who are involved in the procession with the Ganesh idol, wanted to immerse the Ganesh idol in the next couple of hours, and also they want to show that their power and that the unity among Hindus in the next couple of hours to the people of other faiths, so that the people from other faiths.
Abhishek, stay on with me. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but we have to get our viewers some fresh visuals of the stone pelting from Mandya that Republic TV and Republic Kannada has accessed, and let's get our viewers those visuals. These are the latest visuals that are coming in from Mandya. You can see a sea of people over there. You can see Hindu groups and BJP workers staging protests in front of the mosque in Mandya. They've raised their saffron flags, and this comes shortly after back-to-back incidents of stone pelting was reported during a Ganesh idol procession last evening. My colleague Abhishek continues to stay on with me. Abhishek, we're getting in fresh visuals. Tell us, has any FIR been filed in the case yet?
With respect to yesterday's incident, Tanisha, 2 FIRs have been filed, one by the police themselves, so they have considered the suo motu case, and the other one has been registered by the person who was hurt in this incident. 2 FIRs have been registered. 21 people have been taken into the custody. They have been arrested. There is a search which is going on based on the CCTV visuals and based on the statements made by the people who were present during the incident. There is a search called on for the people who are missing, and also it is said that people who came in from various other districts are the main reason of the stone pelting which happened yesterday. And with respect to the issue, and also with respect to the protection, this place especially hadn't seen any such communal issue in the last couple of decades, and this is why the police didn't have actual deployment of huge numbers, is what the SP has very clearly mentioned. So, this point of time, when the situation grew out of control, police have made sure that at least thousands of policemen have been deployed as of now to take situation under control and to make sure that things don't go out of hand as of now. And also, they are ready with the lathis and various other machineries as well to take into control the situation if at all it gets out of hand, Tanisha.
Yep. Abhishek, any responses that you're picking up from the state government? How does the Siddaramaiah government plan to address this issue?
Well, when questioned, the Home Minister, Dr. G. Parmeshwara, has mentioned that it might not have been such a big issue, and he also mentions to the media that the senior officials from the police department have visited the location, and you will also get a complete report on this, and also he will try to maintain the harmony between various other communities. This is the statement which has been made by Home Minister G. Parmeshwar, and we are awaiting the statements of CM and DCM as of now with respect to the disharmony which was created the previous night, Tanisha.
All right. All right, Abhishek continues to stay with me as we stay with those pictures. Viewers, you can see on the left of your screens, Ganesh Visarjan being targeted, after which clashes have now erupted in Mandya, and BJP and Hindu groups are now staging a protest. Abhishek, give us more information about these FIRs that have been filed. What are the allegations and charges that have been mentioned? And the people who have been called in for questioning after these clashes erupted, what sort of interrogation are we expecting? Are we looking at a conspiracy? Are we looking at a deliberate conspiracy that has been plotted to specifically target a Hindu procession in Mandya?
Well, with respect to the people's allegations, they clearly mention, especially the ladies who live in Ram Rahim Nagar, has mentioned that in the last couple of decades, there was no such incident, and also even during the procession of Eid Milad, the Muslim people try to dance in front of Lord Ganesh, and that is when they also try to intimidate.
Abhishek, sorry to cut you there in between. We have Karnataka BJP leader S. Prakash joining me on the phone line. Sir, thank you for connecting with us. Your first response on what's unfolding in Mandya.
No, it's very unfortunate. The policy of the Congress government is making one particular community to be more offensive towards the majority community. The Eid Milad procession goes off peacefully in the state. No disturbances, no stone pelting. Such incidents do not take place. While the Ganesh Visarjan processions are being attacked, stones are pelted, and deliberately certain youths dance before the Ganesh idol. Such incidents can only happen when the favorable government policies are there. The vote bank politics is disturbing the communal harmony in the state. Congress party, for their power sake, they should not indulge in such cheap tactics. They should handle the law and order situation with a firm hand.
All right, Mr. Prakash, I'd like you to stay on with me as we stay with those pictures that are now coming in from Mandya. In fact, we have some more breaking news coming in, viewers. At least 21 people have now been arrested in the communal clashes that broke out in Mandya in the aftermath of stone pelting that was reported during a Ganesh idol immersion. It's a big breakthrough after back-to-back stone pelting was reported. We're learning from a reporter that 2 FIRs have been now registered in the case, and at least 21 people have been arrested for creating unrest in Mandya. Let's go back to Karnataka BJP leader S. Prakash, who continues to be with us. Sir, this is the first big development that we are getting in. Finally, the police has taken some action. But the question really is, after the first incident of stone pelting was reported last evening, how is it that the law and order continued to be in doldrums and a second round of stone pelting was reported this morning, sir?
No, that is only because the police fear taking action against such miscreants due to the government pressure. Until and unless free hand is given to the police, situation cannot improve. Why there was no disturbance during the Eid Milad procession? Why only during the Ganesha Visarjan procession? This clearly shows the party's Congress party government is loaded with one particular community, and they are indulging in such disturbances unnecessarily and creating rift between the two communities.
So what sort of action is the BJP mulling on this, and what sort of measures do you expect the Siddaramaiah government to take? As you can see, BJP and Hindu groups are out and about on the streets alleging that there was a deliberate attempt that was being made to target a Hindu procession.
No, at a place where majority are Hindus, it is not possible to take out a procession peacefully. Means it speaks a lot about the law and order situation in the state. The police should mercilessly handle these lumpen elements, book the cases in appropriate law, and ensure the majority is protected by these gunda.
All right, S. Prakash, thank you for joining us this morning and for giving us your perspective on the matter as we track this story very, very closely, viewers. Moving on to more breaking news coming in. It's a big development in the Changur Baba conversion racket case in Balrampur. The ATS has now filed a charge sheet against the self-styled godman and his son Mehboob. According to sources, Changur Baba has set a target to Islamicize the entire country by 2047. This is something that has now been mentioned in the statements given by 10 victims. We're learning that at least 29 witnesses have come forward and given their statements, and their names have been mentioned in the charge sheet that has been filed by the ATS, of which 10 of them are victims. These are the big development that we're tracking. Let's go across to my colleague Ajay Dubey, joining me live from Lucknow for more on the story. Ajay, this is a big breakthrough in the conversion racket case. In fact, it was Republic TV that exposed Changur Baba's empire. Give us more details on what the ATS is really looking at as far as this charge sheet is concerned.
See, this investigation is very surprising, and from the very beginning, Republic followed this story. We went to Balrampur and did investigation in Lucknow also, where initially Changur was arrested, and after that, custody was taken by ATS, and now ED is also involved. In the charge sheet, police ATS specifically mentioned that his intention was to convert, and the Neeraj Bora, the partner of Changur, he was much involved in this activity, and initial days, he sold all his assets in Dubai, and after that he participated in activities of Changur. He received money from various foreign countries for the activity. More than thousands of individuals were involved with Changur in the conversion racket. So this is what initially we are getting from the charge sheet, and it is very much clearly mentioned that the motive was to target 2047, a year where they want to convert maximum numbers of individuals, and this is what he was doing. And his partners, Naveen Arora, he was much involved in his activities, and this is what is being mentioned by the ATS. And the relative of Changur is also mentioned in the charge sheet. And one more incident, the girl from Kushinagar, where she mentioned where she was going to take the bus, and at that point she was being kidnapped and were sexually used. So this is what is mentioned in the charge sheet also. So this is a big update in the Changur case.
Ajay, stay on with me and tell us, how is the ATS really looking at this foreign funding angle? Because, when there was bulldozer action on Changur Baba's properties worth crores of rupees, there was this very, this angle that had come out, which Republic TV had investigated, that he was receiving funding, illicit funding from Middle Eastern nations and from a lot other countries to really run this conversion racket in Balrampur. So how is the ATS really looking at that, and what are the details that they have picked up as far as this Hawala trail is concerned?
See, ATS has marked the activities which is related with the money, and now ED is also investigating this issue. ED is investigating the money trail, the incoming and outgoing of the money. The way we got the information from the girls that there was a menu card for the conversion. If the girl is coming from a general caste, the money was different. From the OBC card, the money was different. From the SC caste, the money was different. So such activities were happening in specifically in Kushinagar and the border area of Uttar Pradesh, and the ED is investigating the money-related activity, and ATS mentioned much things about the activities of crime related to the Changur.
All right, Ajay, thank you for giving us those details on the case. We was quickly moving on to more breaking news coming in. Prime Minister Modi is now set to address the NDA MPs in a workshop that is set to be conducted at 4 p.m. this evening. This comes just a day ahead of the vice presidential elections in the national capital, which is slated to take place tomorrow, that is Tuesday, on the 9th of September. The Prime Minister will now address all the NDA MPs, and the preparations are underway in full swing within the NDA bloc and the Indi bloc to train their MPs on the voting procedure. Let's go across to my colleague Harsha for more information on this. Harsha, give us the details of this workshop that is being conducted by the NDA MPs. What's on agenda?
So
So today there's a very important NDA meeting which is at 4 o'clock scheduled at the Bala Yogi Auditorium, the same auditorium where yesterday BJP's workshop was conducted, and today at 4 o'clock only, when there will be NDA meeting, at that time Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be addressing to all the NDA MPs before the very important Vice President election which is slated to happen tomorrow. And today there are a series of meetings back to back because all the NDA parties, allies are here in national capital, be it JDU, Shiv Sena, NCP, Ajit Pawar's party, or if we talk about the TDP, all the ally members of the BJP are here in national capital, and the series of meetings starting from 12:30 in the afternoon will begin at the residences of Shrikant Shinde, the Shiv Sena meeting at the TDP residence, Lavu Krishna Devyalu, the floor leader residence. The TDP meeting will go on, and in each and every meeting there will be the training of mock voting as well. So we can say that before Prime Minister Narendra Modi's address, all the new MPs will be trained how to do a mock voting, how tomorrow the voting will have to happen. They will be shown a ballot paper. They'll be shown that there are two boxes, preference 1, preference 2, and how there has to be marking in the one preference which one selects for the VP candidate. No block should be sent empty or the vote will be considered invalid. So right now we know about the process of the Vice President election, but there are many new MPs and they will be participating first time in the VP election, and this is very important for all the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha member of parliament to understand the process of the ballot voting in this election, and that is the reason the mock voting will be conducted, and after that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be addressing all the NDA member of parliament, boosting them for tomorrow's VP election, and also sending out message towards the south as well, because if we compare the candidates as well, it's B. Sudarshan Reddy versus C.B. Radhakrishnan, it's Tamil Nadu versus Telangana. So a lot is being said.
Harsha,
and
stay
also
on with me.
spoken.
Harsha, I'm sorry to cut you there in between. We have some more breaking news coming in. BRS MPs have now are now set to abstain from voting in the vice presidential elections, and we're learning that they are going to vote neither for the NDA nor the Indi candidate. This is the big development that we're getting in. BRS is now set to abstain from voting in the vice presidential elections. Let's go back to Harsha. Harsha, the BRS has now abstained from voting. They're not going to participate on behalf of either of the candidates. What sort of strategy do you think is the NDA mulling ahead of the elections tomorrow?
See, right now, however, we spoke to so many NDA member of parliaments and so many the allies as well. Like just now we spoke to Naresh Maske, who is the Shiv Sena member of parliament. He directly stated that how it is very important the numbers, but NDA already has a number which is more than 50%, because for the vice president to win, the 50% numbers is required. And even if BRS abstains from the voting, it's not required. NDA doesn't need the BRS voting. However, it will be a huge setback for the Indi, because if they would have supported the Indi candidate Sudarshan Reddy, at least some numbers they would have gotten. But if we talk about the NDA, overall strength of the NDA is much more than the qualifying marks. Back to you.
All right, Harsha, thank you for giving us those very crucial details as we track that story closely. We're slipping into a very short break, but on the other side, we'll get you more details of that encounter that is underway in Kulgam's Guddar forest. We're now learning that one Lashkar terrorist has been neutralized. Also tracking the controversy that has now erupted after Congress MP Tariq Anwar took a piggyback ride in Bihar during a flood inspection drive. The party has now defended, saying that the MP was unwell.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
I choose a world where we dream, and the limit is the sky. And this world is my home where I'm living my best.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिर्फ जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
Here we didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%, so we're going to...
And welcome back, viewers. We are tracking the story from Kulgam very closely, where an encounter has now led to the neutralization of one Lashkar terrorist. And also in this bulletin, we'll get you the details of how the anti-temple plotters in the Dharmasthala hoax case will now be questioned by the special investigation team. Joining me in the studios is my colleague Akanksha with more details.
Absolutely. We have action-packed bulletin lined up for you. Let's start with the headlines first. Stone pelting in Mandya as Ganesh procession targeted. Stone pelting, 8 killed. A day after stone pelting on Ganesh procession, 2 communities indulged in stone pelting today in protest. Republic TV gets inside details of Mehul Choksi's extradition hearing. In fact, will take place in the second week of September. Unwell Congress MP gets piggyback ride from villagers during the flood inspection in the state of Bihar. Big update in Balrampur conversion case. ATS has filed the charge sheet against Changur Baba and his son. Encounter underway in Kulgam in Jammu and Kashmir. Lashkar terrorist has been neutralized. Let's start with the breaking news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. We're learning that one terrorist was neutralized while 2 army jawans were injured in an ongoing encounter that is underway and that is broken out between the terrorists and the security forces during the anti-terror operation in the forest area of Gudar in Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgam district. As per the reports, 2 terrorists were trapped in the forest area of Gudar in South Kashmir and the operation is currently underway. The body of the terrorist was found lying in the apple orchards. And in fact, we're learning that the terrorist has now been identified as Amir Nasir Dar of Shopia and he worked for Lashkar. And those are the pictures of the LET terrorist that you can see on the screen. He has been eliminated. His name is Amir Nazir Dar of Shopia. In fact, we're learning that one security personnel has also received injury during this encounter. Let me go across to my colleague Zinat, who's been tracking this story very closely. Zinat, tell us about the encounter. We're learning that one terrorist has been neutralized.
Yes, one terrorist has been identified as Ahmed Nazir Dar. He comes from the Shopin and was operating in the Kulgam. He worked for the Lashkar-e-Toiba, which is a park-based terror outfit in the Jammu and Kashmir and has been active since 2023. And today he's been eliminated by the Indian Army along with Jammu and Kashmir police in the Gudar forest belt of Kulgam. We are seeing the AK-47 to have been recovered from the dead body that is lying in an apple orchard along with his weapon have been recovered by the joint security forces. This is an ongoing encounter where we also see the army had received the injury of three of its boys. Among them, one is JCO. All three have been evacuated to the medical facility for the treatment. All of them are being treated at present at the military hospital in Srinagar. The encounter continues, the operation continues. In fact, the search is also conducted in the upper belts to see the group of terrorists that were hiding in the Gudar forest. They should not escape. So we're seeing the reinforcement being rushed, and also whether keeping the security forces on the toes. It is challenging, and there is a little visibility. Despite that, the successful operation being carried by the joint forces, where one LET terrorist being neutralized in the operation of Gudar Forest Belt in Kulgam, South Kashmir.
Absolutely. And remember, last month there was the longest ever, in fact, encounter that took place in Kulgam. But as far as this particular Kulgam encounter is concerned, what really led to this? What is the background of the Lashkar terrorist that has been killed?
See, as I said, that the Lashkar terrorist has been active since August 2023. So almost he has spent 2 long years with the LET outfit. He's been operating in the Kulgam. This is the South Kashmir where he's been operating, and South Kashmir's Kulgam has a connectivity with the Shopian, where from he actually hailed. Now that operation is on, and his body along with a weapon have been recovered from an apple orchard where he was neutralized by the joint forces. This is seen as a success for the forces, but how many more such local terrorists have joined the LET or still at the large? That is a bigger question. And was this terrorist planning for a bigger attack? The security forces got the intel about the movement of the terrorists, because now you see in the last couple of years we are seeing a new pattern that is emerging among the terror belt, is that they are taking their hides in the forest belt instead of coming to the hinterland, because once they touch the civilian belts, the information will come to the joint forces and accordingly the operations would get launched. But now they are taking their hides in the upper belts in the treacherous terrains to have their lifespan more. But again, they are getting the input about the movement of the terrorists. The joint forces get the information, and accordingly we have seen the multiple operations being launched this year, be it the operation of Avantipora, where again the LET terrorists were neutralized, and similarly we have seen in the forest of the Jachigam, Srinagar, the outskirts one, where again the terrorists were involved in Pahalgam attack were neutralized. Now again, if you see the last month in August, the 10-day operation was launched in Malwar Forest Belt in Kulgam, where terrorists managed to escape, and then Indian Army had to conclude the operation after getting the casualty and injury of its boys. But again, the Kulgam wasn't the radar of the joint forces when the terrorists escaped last month, because the movement of terrorists had been seen from Rajouri, Poonch, and coming to the Kulgam belt. This is a Mughal road patch where the connectivity is, and this connectivity is seen also an infiltration route that is being used by the Pak terrorists. Today, getting information about the movement of the terrorists, the operation was launched, and in the operation as of now, the one terrorist of the LET have been neutralized.
Absolutely, Zinat. Keep tracking those details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Now let's have a look at the top national stories of the day in 1 minute. Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can. The Supreme Court will hear several petitions today challenging the SIR, Special Intensive Revision of Bihar's electoral rolls. The revision process intended to clean up the voter list has sparked intense political debate ahead of the 2025 Bihar Assembly elections. The death toll in Punjab due to devastating flood went up to 48, while the crops on 1.7 lakh hectares has been damaged. Relief and rescue operations are currently underway by NDRF, Army, BSF, Punjab Police and the district authorities. They are carrying out the relief on war footing. Prime Minister Modi is all set to visit Punjab tomorrow. And days after Prime Minister Narendra Modi and European Union leaders discussed an early conclusion of the India-EU FTA, two top negotiators of the EU are coming to India this week to hold talks on resolving the knotty issues. In fact, European Commissioner of Trade and Commissioner for Agriculture will be in the national capital this week to lead the negotiations. And now shifting our focus, a Pakistani intruder was arrested along with the international border in Pura sector of Jammu and Kashmir today as per the officials. And the intruder, his name is Siraj Khan from Sargodha in Punjab province of Pakistan, was noticed by the BSF troops manning the outpost at 9:20 p.m. on Sunday. Take a look for more details.
A major success coming for the border security force in the Pura sector of Jammu, wherein they have apprehended a Pakistani intruder identified as Siraj Khan. Right now we are reporting from the border outpost Oktrai, from where this troops of the border security force, they apprehended the Pakistani national. He was from Sargodha. So now the security agencies are questioning, multiple intelligence agencies are carrying out a joint investigation, joint interrogation of this suspect that has been apprehended by the border security force. This was in this very area where he attempted to sneak in. He is a resident of Sargodha. Alertness of the troops that were deployed close to the border, their attempt was foiled, and now Siraj Khan has been apprehended. See, it is very crucial because the agencies are also looking into the angle that Sargodha was one of the locations that were hit by the Indian side during Operation Sindoor. So there lies a possibility that Pakistan might have radicalized this intruder who sneaked into the Indian territory to get some sensitive information.
And now shifting our focus to Maharashtra, as far as the Halal Township controversy is concerned, we're learning that a municipal corporation, big action against those who are trying to sell the houses to Muslim buyers. MBMC has issued notice to two builders of the Mira Road. Notice has been given to the owner and the architect of the Lina Group who advertised the Qibla facing notice. In fact, has also been given to the owner and architect and also the builder as well. And it is written in the notice that the said advertisement violates Article 14 and 15 of the Constitution of India and also violates the fundamental rights and creates religious rift. In the case, no action should be taken which creates religious rift, and such advertisement should be stopped immediately. And in fact, it also goes on to say that the clarification in this matter should be submitted immediately. Further action will be taken as per the clarification received from the concerned person, the architect and the builder of this Halal Township. If clarification is not received from you, action will be taken to stop the permission given to the project by the municipal corporation. Now remember, this has come after an advertisement for the proposed township in Karjat went viral on social media. It is regarding the Halala Township, and in fact Hindus are barred from buying the property here, only Muslims are allowed, and that had led to a massive controversy. We're learning that NHRC had also issued the notice to the builders, and now we're learning that a notice has been given by the municipal corporation as well, seeking their clarification and mentioning if no clarification is given as to why the township and the flats were only given to the Muslim community, then action will be taken against not just the builders but also the owners and the architects of the Halala Township. And now shifting our focus to Karnataka, more developments coming in the Dharamsala mass burial case. The SIT has summoned the YouTuber for questioning today, and we're learning that United Media's Abhishek and Manaf from Kerala are likely to appear for questioning. Abhishek, who has already faced 4 days of questioning, has again been directed to appear before the SIT. He's also been instructed to bring his camera and laptop for the inquiry. So now several other, in fact, YouTubers are also under the scanner as far as the Dharamsala mass burial case is concerned. The conspiracy angle is also under the scanner, and under lens are the YouTubers in this case. And we're learning that SIT has summoned YouTubers for questioning. United Media's Abhishek and Manaf from Kerala are likely to appear before the SIT team today. We're learning that Abhishek, who already has faced 4 days of questioning in this case, has again been asked to appear before the SIT. And most importantly, he's been asked to bring his camera and laptop along. And it appears that its SIT team will in fact sift through the details as far as his YouTube account and a laptop is concerned. And meanwhile, we're learning that Sri Ravi Shankar spoke exclusively to Republic Canada. Listen in.
ಅದು ಧರ್ಮದ ಸ್ಥಾನ, ಅದು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಾನದ್ದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತದ್ದು. ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಭಂಗವಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ದೂರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಖಂಡಿತ. ಅದು ಧರ್ಮದ ಸ್ಥಾನ. ಅದು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಾನದ್ದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಭಂಗವಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ದೂರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ.
All right, let me go across to my colleague Abhishek, who brings us more details on this. Abhishek, tell us about the questioning as far as SIT is concerned. We're learning that more YouTubers are under the scanner, and one of them has been asked to bring the laptop and the camera today. Give us more details.
Mass burials that have happened in Dharmasthala, according to the whistleblower or Sinaya, who has been named as of now. It is also clear that various other YouTubers were used to defame Dharmasthala in various other instances, and some of the YouTubers have been called in to the interrogation by the special investigation team. Some of them are namely Mana from Kerala and Abhishek from one of the local YouTuber who belongs to the state of Karnataka. They've also faced a couple of days of questioning already as of now, and they've also been informed that they will have to appear in front of the special investigation team as and when directed. Also, we shouldn't forget the fact that they have been informed that they will have to produce the equipments which had been used to create videos against Dharmasthala, which spread misinformation. And also, they are the police have informed that these YouTubers, along with various other members of various other social media groups, will have to be present in front of the special investigation team with all the evidence and proof as to mention which led to the misinformation spreading about Dharmasthala. And also we should see how the investigation continues with respect to the YouTubers, because they have demanded all these YouTubers should bring their laptop and camera which had been used during the creation of various other videos which spread information on Dharmasthala. So we will have to see how this will continue in the next couple of days. Tanisha.
All right, Abhishek, keep tracking those details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. And now shifting our focus, we have breaking news coming in. Congress MP Tariq Anwar got a piggyback ride in Bihar's Katiyar during a flood inspection drive. Villagers in the video that we will be showing you can be seen wading through the waterlogged field while carrying Congress MP Tariq Anwar. He's the MP from that constituency, and the villagers could be seen backing him on their backs. And he was there to inspect the flood-hit area. We're learning that Congress MP piggybacks on people to avoid slush during the flood survey. Now, Congress has come out in support of its minister and is defending by saying that Mr. Anwar was unwell while LOP Rahul Gandhi is on vacation. Congress MP piggybacks on the poor. There on the screen, you can see those are visuals coming in from Bihar. That is, in fact, Congress MP Tariq Anwar. He's the MP from that particular constituency. He got a piggyback ride in Bihar's Katiyar during a flood inspection drive. Now, in this viral video, villagers can be seen wading through the waterlogged field while carrying Mr. Anwar on their bags, who was there to inspect a flood-hit area. Now, to defend him, the Congress party has said that he was not well, but now BJP has hit back at the Congress party, saying that this clearly shows the VVIP culture. Listen into what the Bharatiya Janata Party is saying.
कांग्रेस पार्टी की एंटाइटल्ड मानसिकता, इनकी राजशाही सोच, नवाबवादी सोच, जिस प्रकार से कांग्रेस के सांसद तारिक अनवर दौरा कर रहे हैं बाढ़ग्रस्त इलाकों का, वहां पर भी इनको वीवीआईपी प्रोटोकॉल और वीवीआईपी फैसिलिटी चाहिए. मतलब जो जनता जिसकी समस्या देखने और सुनने वो गए हैं, उन्हीं के कंधे पर चढ़कर वो दौरा कर रहे हैं. राहुल गांधी तो वैसे वेकेशन मनाने चले गए, उनको तो पंजाब, हिमाचल, किसी भी प्रदेश की चिंता नहीं है. और जो कांग्रेस के नेता है वो कंधे पे बैठे हैं. आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता है जो कांग्रेस बोलती है कि वो छुप गए हैं. तो देखिए, एक वेकेशन मोड पर है राहुल गांधी, दूसरे लग्जरी और राजशाही मोड पर है तारिक अनवर, तीसरे हाइडिंग मोड पर है आम आदमी पार्टी, केवल वर्क मोड में है भारतीय जनता पार्टी, जिसके नेता लगातार ग्राउंड पर है, जिसकी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की टीम और एजेंसी लगातार काम कर रही है, और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी भी बाढ़ग्रस्त इलाकों का दौरा करने वाले हैं. तो ये होता है वर्क मोड और राजशाही मोड, वर्क मोड और वेकेशन मोड.
And the Congress party has defended this act by the Congress MP, saying that it was really hot there and he was not feeling well. His head was spinning, and as soon as he expressed this, the villagers picked him up purely out of love and walked around. But as you heard, the Bharatiya Janata Party has hit back at the Congress party, and this MP from Katiyar for the VVIP culture. But as we told you, the Congress has defended its MP. But have a look at the visuals. Clearly, Congress MP can be seen piggybacking on the villagers. Let me go across to editor special reports Prakash Singh, who joins us with more on this. Prakash, we've been showing our viewers the very concerning visuals coming in from Bihar, where villagers can be seen, in fact, carrying the Congress MP who was there to inspect the flood situation. How are the local parties, in fact, they're reacting to this?
Well, the BJP is certainly attacking the Congress party. MP Tariq Anwar, who is an old congressman and an elderly person. He was not keeping well, and he is piggybacking on one of the rural folks to oversee the flood situation that has worsened in his constituency in Katihar, Lok Sabha constituency. And that's the plea given of his ill health. Yes, last year he survived somehow because there was a threat to his life after severe medical ailments were examined, and he was on ventilator as well. And that is what the Congress party spokesperson is saying, that he is seriously unwell and he was on ventilator, life support. Somehow he could survive. Now, the question is whether elderly person should be given ticket or not. So that is the question. But of late, after he contested the Lok Sabha elections in 2024, somehow he survived. So despite that, the Congress party is saying that he is traveling in the remote area along with the help of the rural folks. So that is commendable. And they are also questioning, people are also questioning whether the age of 75 should be fixed for politicians who are incapable or who are not able to travel in their constituency. But as a matter of fact, Tariq Anwar, who is an old congressman, he's been MP several times, MLA also, is not keeping well, and that is why this picture, that's what the plea given by the Congress party is.
Absolutely. Now the debate has started over the age limit. But as far as the villagers are concerned, Prakash, they are saying that they did this purely out of love. But if we look at the visuals, we can see another old man is carrying the old man, that is Congress MP. And now BJP is saying that this exposes the VVIP culture. All right, we'll try and reconnect that line with my colleague Prakash Singh. But those are the visuals on your screen of the VVIP culture that the BJP says is on display in Bihar. Tariq Anwar, who's a Congress MP from Katiyar in Bihar, was on a 2-day visit to the parliamentary constituency. But in the visuals, you can see how the villagers are carrying him to the flood-affected area. And we have more breaking news coming in, and this time from the national capital. Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bhardwaj has slammed Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta for letting her husband sit in an official meeting, and we will show you those visuals in just some time. Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bhardwaj has shared images of Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta accompanied by her husband presiding over a review meeting with the officials on the development project in the Shalimar Bagh Assembly constituency in the national capital. He pointed out that Gupta had allowed her husband to sit in the official meeting, drawing a parallel with the Hindi series, and made the comment on Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta. Those are the visuals on your screen on the left-hand side. Those are the visuals from the meeting that took place yesterday, and that was also posted by Rekha Gupta on her social media account, in which you can see her husband is sitting right by her side, and this has led to a massive controversy. Listen in to what Aam Aadmi Party has said.
तेरा की पंचायत के अंदर प्रधान जो थी वो नाम के लिए थी, और उनके जो पति थे वही प्रधान का सारा काम करते थे। रेखा गुप्ता जी ने संविधान की शपथ ली है, गोपनीयता की शपथ ली है, तो कोई देश का कानून उनको इजाजत नहीं देता कि वो अपनी सरकारी मीटिंगों में अपने साथ अपने पति को बिठा के रखे। ये नहीं हो सकता। और हमने देखा कि कई सारे वीडियोस जिसके अंदर उनके पति जो हैं वो इंस्पेक्शन कर रहे हैं, उनके पति जो है अफसरों को जो है डायरेक्शंस दे रहे हैं, उनके पति मीटिंगें ले रहे हैं। एक बिजनेसमैन जो कि उनके पति एक बिजनेसमैन है, वो राजनेता नहीं है, एक बिजनेसमैन कैसे सरकार चला सकता है या सरकार चलाने के अंदर हिस्सेदारी कर सकता है? ये पूरी तरीके से अनैतिक है, गैर कानूनी है, गैर संवैधानिक है।
All right, there in the visuals you can see right by Delhi Chief Minister's side, that is the husband, and this has led to a massive controversy with Bharatiya Janata Party now saying that Rekha Gupta's husband is a social worker and he works a lot for the people of that particular assembly constituency and hence he was part of the meeting. But this justification did not go down too well with the Aam Aadmi Party. They are saying, why is he sitting by the side of Rekha Gupta? If he had to be part of the meeting, then why is he sitting at that particular spot? And this has led to a massive controversy in the national capital. And Aam Aadmi Party saying is that this is a clear violation of the protocol. Chief Minister's husband cannot be part of the meeting, and this shows the nepotism in the Bharatiya Janata Party. Bharatiya Janata Party, in fact, has hit back at the Aam Aadmi Party's claim, saying that husband of Rekha Gupta is a social worker. He has been working for the people of the Assembly constituency as far as Shalimar Assembly constituency is concerned, and hence he was part of the meeting. But Aam Aadmi Party is not satisfied with the, excuse that has been given by the Bharatiya Janata Party as far as this case is concerned. But Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bhardwaj has slammed Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta for letting her husband sit in an official meeting. Aam Aadmi Party Saurabh Bhardwaj has shared this image on social media in which we can see Rekha Gupta accompanied by her husband presiding over a review meeting with the officials on the development projects in Shalimar Bagh Assembly constituency. And in fact, Aam Aadmi Party leader pointed out that Gupta had allowed her husband to sit in the official meeting and drawing a parallel with a very prominent Hindi series as well. And he made the comment on Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta. Aam Aadmi Party, in fact, says that this is a violation of the protocol. Chief Minister's husband cannot be part of the meeting, and this clearly goes on to show the clear case of nepotism. And now shifting our focus, Supreme Court has rejected to extend the bail plea of Nitish Katara, convict Vikas Yadav, and the matter was listed today for obtaining the necessary orders from the Chief Justice of India. In the last hearing, in fact, the interim bail was granted to the Vikas Yadav. That was extended to a period of 1 month. Now we're learning that Supreme Court has rejected to extend the bail plea of Nitish Katara, and this is the breaking update we're getting as far as Nitish Katara case is concerned. His bail plea extension has been rejected by the Supreme Court, and in fact, we're learning that the matter was listed today after obtaining the necessary orders from the Chief Justice of India. In the last hearing, the interim bail, as far as the interim bail is concerned, it was granted to Vikas Yadav. That was extended for a period of 1 week. But this is a big development in the Nitish Katara case. We are learning that, in fact, the extension of the bail plea of Nitish Katara has been rejected by the Supreme Court, and this is a big blow to him as far as this murder case is concerned. All right, so as far as this case is concerned, we're learning that Supreme Court has rejected to extend the bail plea of the convict Vikas Yadav. The matter was listed today for obtaining the necessary orders of the Chief Justice of India. And in the last hearing, in fact, the bail, interim bail that was granted to Vikas Yadav was extended for 1 week. And now the extension to the bail plea has been rejected by the court. We'll try and connect with our reporters to learn about what has happened in this case. But this is the Nitish Katara murder case in which there's a big blow to Vikas Yadav, who's a convict. His bail plea extension has been rejected. All right, we'll try and reconnect with our reporter to learn what has happened in this case. But we're learning that the Supreme Court has rejected to extend the bail plea of Vikas Yadav in this case. And earlier he was given the extension of 1 week. That extension has now been cancelled. And with this, we're taking a very short break. Coming up on the other side, Republic TV gets you inside details of Mehul Choksi extradition. The hearing will take place in the second week of September. There's a big update in the Balrampur conversion case. ATS has filed a charge sheet against Changur Baba and his son, and we'll get you more details on that as well. After this very short break, stay with us.
I choose a world where we dream, and the limit is the sky. And this world is my home where I'm living my best.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
Yesterday, a coward decided to take our 8-year-old son Fletcher away.
This is Republic Jack Oliver's studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I am Tanisha Avasthi. Let's get started.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Republic TV with me, Akanksha Khajuria. There's a big update in the Dharamsala mass burial case. More YouTubers have been called for questioning by the SIT, and we'll get you more updates on that. Let's start with the headlines first. Stone pelting in Mandya as Ganesh procession targeted. Stone pelting, 8 people killed. Days after stone pelting on Ganesh procession, 2 communities indulge in stone pelting in the protest. Republic TV gets you inside details of Mehul Choksi extradition. The hearing on this will take place in the second week of September. Unwell Congress MP gets piggyback ride from villagers during the flood inspection in Bihar. There's a big update in Balrampur conversion case. ATS has filed a charge sheet against Changur Baba and his son. Encounter underway in Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgam. Lashkar terrorist has been neutralized. Starting this bulletin with the big breaking news coming in. Back-to-back incidents of stone pelting in Karnataka's Mandya. BJP and Hindu groups protest marched in Mandya over the last night's stone pelting incident that took place. Tension gripped Madhu town in Mandya district on Sunday night after stone pelting incident between 2 groups of different faiths during the Ganesh idol immersion procession took place. The procession, which started from Siddhartha Nagar 5th Cross Road, was being taken out under tight police security. However, the things took a turn for the worse when the procession passed by a mosque near Ram Rahim Nagar around 8 p.m. last night, and a few miscreants pelted stones, prompting retaliation from the other group. The clash left 8 people injured, and we're learning that the situation was brought under control by the police, who deployed additional forces and imposed the prohibitory orders in the area as well. We're learning that the authorities have urged the residents to maintain peace and cooperation to restore the normalcy. But now today again, another incident of stone pelting has been reported in Mandya. This is in fact very concerning news that is coming in from the state of Karnataka. Tension has gripped the mother town in Karnataka's Mandya district. In fact, on Sunday night, after stone pelting broke out between the two groups of different faiths during a Ganesh idol immersion procession, we're learning that 8 people have received injuries. Those are the visuals on your screen of the video showing devotees dancing on a truck, and this was during the Visarjan procession, and thousands were part of this procession. They were dancing outside the mosque area. Procession was passing through that area quite peacefully. Then there was stone pelting is what we are learning. They were waving the saffron flag as well. Now, strong reaction has come in from the Bharatiya Janata Party in the state of Karnataka. They have said, and I quote, after the Congress party came to power in Karnataka, situation has arisen in the state where the Hindu festivals, Ganpati Utsav, cannot be celebrated peacefully. And he has said so because same time last year during the Ganesha Visarjan, the procession, there was stone pelting, and this year as well there has been such an incident that has taken place. The Bharatiya Janata Party has said that during the Ganesh Visarjan procession, incidents of miscreants with communal motives gathering in groups and pelting stones have been reported from not just Mandya but Dharwad, Bagalkot and Hubli as well. And detailing on what has happened in Mandya district, in fact, B.Y. Vijendra has said that miscreants continuously pelted stone during the Ganesh Visarjan procession, creating a tense atmosphere in that area. And in the stone pelting incident, women and police officers were injured, which is highly alarming, and the BJP in Karnataka has condemned this. And reports have also emerged from Sagar in Shivamoga district about the desecration of a Ganpati idol as well, and such act of hooliganism by miscreants in the name of minorities have created an atmosphere of fear among Hindus, is what the Bharatiya Janata Party is saying. Let me go across to my colleague Abhishek, who's been tracking these details very closely. Abhishek, tell us what has happened yesterday and what is the current situation on the ground. All right, we'll try and reconnect that line with my colleague Abhishek, but look at the visuals on your screen. Yesterday, during the Ganesh Visarjan, we are learning that there was a stone pelting and there was stones that were thrown at the Ganpati idol as well. And the Bharatiya Janata Party says that not just in Mandya but also in Dharwad, Bagalkot and Hubli, there were such incidents which were reported. Let me once again go back to my colleague Abhishek. Abhishek, tell us what happened yesterday and what is the situation on the ground right now?
Well, with respect to what happened the previous night, it was around 7 to 7:15 when the Ganesha procession started from Siddhartha Nagar, which also started moved towards